In the bustling heart of a quaint coffee shop, where the aroma of fresh brews mingled with the soft hum of conversations, a single dad named Alex sat alone, stirring his tea absent-mindedly. His eyes were distant, lost in memories of a life that had shattered 2 years ago when his wife passed away, leaving him to raise their young son, Tommy, on his own. Little did he know, 3 identical little girls with sparkling eyes and mischievous grins were about to whisper words that would change everything. "Pretend you're our daddy." But what he did next? It broke hearts everywhere, and mended a few along the way. If this tale of unexpected love and second chances pulls at your heartstrings, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that remind us family isn't always born, it's found. Now, let's rewind to how it all began. Alex Thompson was a man who had forgotten how to smile. At 38, he carried the weight of grief like an invisible backpack. His days blurred into a routine: drop Tommy off at kindergarten, bury himself in his job as a graphic designer from home, pick up his son, make dinner, and collapse into bed. Weekends were the hardest, empty hours that echoed with the absence of laughter. That Saturday afternoon, seeking a break from the silence of his apartment, Alex ventured to the Cozy Corner, a small cafe in the neighborhood. He ordered a chamomile tea, hoping its warmth would soothe the chill in his soul. Tommy was at a playdate, so Alex sat alone at a corner table, staring out the window at families strolling by. Across the room, in a booth by the window, sat Emily Carter with her triplet daughters, Lily, Mia, and Sophia. At 35, Emily was a single mom by choice, or rather, by necessity. Her husband had left when the girls were toddlers, chasing dreams that didn't include diapers and bedtime stories. The triplets, now 6 years old, were a whirlwind of energy, with matching pigtails and boundless curiosity. That day, they were fidgeting over hot chocolates, their mom sipping coffee while scrolling through her phone for job listings. Emily worked as a freelance writer, but money was tight, and the loneliness of single parenthood gnawed at her. "Mommy, look at that man," Lily whispered, pointing discreetly at Alex. "He looks sad, like Daddy used to before he went away." Mia nodded vigorously. "Yeah, and he's all alone. We should cheer him up." Sophia, the boldest of the 3, leaned in with a grin. "What if we pretend he's our daddy? Just for fun? Mommy always says we need a daddy to play games with." The idea sparked like wildfire in their innocent minds. Giggling, they slipped out of the booth while Emily was distracted by a text from her editor. The triplets tiptoed over to Alex's table, their small hands clutching the edges as they peered up at him. "Hi, mister," Sophia whispered, her voice a conspiratorial hush. "Pretend you're our daddy, okay? Just for a little while." Alex blinked, startled out of his reverie. He looked down at the 3 identical faces beaming up at him, their eyes wide with expectation. "What? Me? Why?" he stammered, a mix of confusion and amusement flickering across his face. Lily tugged at his sleeve. "Because you look lonely, like us sometimes. And daddies make everything better." Mia added, "Please? We'll be good daughters." Alex glanced around, half expecting a hidden camera or a parent to intervene. But the cafe was oblivious, and something in their earnest plea tugged at his heart, a heart that had been iced over for too long. Before he could overthink it, Alex nodded, a small smile cracking his facade. "All right, just for pretend. What's my first daddy duty?" The girls erupted in whispers of delight. "Buy us cookies," Sophia declared. Alex chuckled, the sound foreign to his own ears, and waved over the barista. As he ordered a plate of chocolate chip cookies, the triplets climbed onto the chairs around him, chattering away. "I'm Lily, and I like drawing unicorns," one said. "I'm Mia, and I want to be an astronaut," another chimed. "Sophia here, and I love adventures." They shared stories of their favorite cartoons and school antics, and for the first time in years, Alex felt the fog of isolation lift. He told them about Tommy, how he loved building forts out of blankets, and the girls' eyes lit up. "We need a brother," they exclaimed in unison. Emily, noticing the empty booth, scanned the room in panic. Her heart skipped when she spotted her daughters at a stranger's table, laughing as if they'd known him forever. She hurried over, her face flushed with embarrassment and concern. "Girls! What are you doing?" "I'm so sorry, sir, they're usually not this bold." Alex stood, offering a reassuring smile. "No harm done. They just wanted to pretend daddy for a bit." "I'm Alex." Emily's eyes met his, and in that moment, something sparked, an unspoken understanding of shared solitude. "I'm Emily. And these little matchmakers are Lily, Mia, and Sophia. Thank you for humoring them." What started as a whimsical game evolved into an unexpected conversation. Emily joined them at the table, and as the afternoon wore on, they talked. Alex shared snippets of his loss, how cancer had stolen his wife, leaving him adrift. Emily opened up about her ex's abandonment, the struggle of raising three spirited girls alone. The triplets, sensing the adults' connection, played quietly with crayons from the cafe, drawing pictures of their new family. By the time the sun dipped low, Alex felt a warmth he hadn't known since before his world crumbled. "This was nice," he admitted as they prepared to leave. Emily smiled shyly. "It was. Maybe we could do it again. For real this time, not just pretend." That chance encounter blossomed into something more. Alex and Emily exchanged numbers, and soon, playdates became a regular thing. Tommy met the triplets, and the four kids bonded instantly, building blanket forts that spanned entire living rooms, chasing each other in parks, and sharing secrets under starry skies. But challenges loomed, testing the fragile new bond. Alex's grief resurfaced in waves. On the anniversary of his wife's death, he withdrew, canceling a planned picnic. "I can't do this," he confessed to Emily over the phone, his voice breaking. "What if I lose you too? What if I'm not enough for your girls?" Emily, fighting her own fears of rejection, drove to his apartment that night. "Alex, we're all scared. But pretending we're alone won't fix it. Let's face this together." The triplets, overhearing their mom's worries, hatched another plan. They drew a giant card with stick figure families, writing in wobbly letters, "Don't be sad, Daddy Alex. We love you for real now." When they presented it to him, tears streamed down Alex's face. It was the push he needed. He sought therapy, learning to honor his past while embracing the present. Emily faced her hurdles too. Financial strain from a lost client forced her to consider moving away for a better job. "I can't uproot the girls," she told Alex, despair in her voice. But Alex, drawing on his design skills, helped her revamp her portfolio, landing her a stable remote position. "We're a team now," he said, pulling her close. As months turned to a year, the blended family navigated more trials. The kids' adjustment wasn't seamless. Tommy felt jealous of the attention the triplets got, leading to tantrums. "They're taking my dad," he cried one night. Alex sat with him, explaining, "Buddy, love isn't like pie, it doesn't get smaller when shared. It grows." The triplets, wise beyond their years, included Tommy in their games, calling him Big Brother. Emily's ex resurfaced briefly, demanding visitation, stirring old wounds. But with Alex's support, Emily stood firm in court, prioritizing her daughter's stability. "You've given us a real family," she whispered to Alex afterward, as they watched the kids play. Through it all, the pace of their lives slowed to cherish the moments, family movie nights where popcorn fights ensued, holidays filled with new traditions, like baking cookies together, reminiscent of that first cafe meeting, and quiet evenings where Alex read bedtime stories to all four children. The emotional depth grew as vulnerabilities were shared. Alex opened photo albums of his late wife, teaching the kids that memories are treasures, not chains. Emily confided her dreams of writing a children's book about found families, inspired by their story. One crisp autumn day, in the same cafe where it began, Alex gathered everyone. The triplets, now 7, bounced in their seats, sensing something big. Tommy held a small box, grinning. "Emily," Alex said, kneeling, "from the moment your girls whispered those words, my heart started beating again. Will you marry me, and make this pretend family real?" Tears flowed as she said yes, the kids cheering wildly. But what he did next broke hearts everywhere, in the best way. He turned to the triplets and Tommy. "And you 4? You're not just kids anymore. You're my everything." He presented each with a custom necklace, hearts engraved with "Family Found." Their wedding was a simple affair in a park, surrounded by friends who'd witnessed the transformation. Alex, once a shadow of a man, radiated joy. Emily glowed, her girls in matching flower crowns. The inspiring message echoed in vows: life breaks us, but love rebuilds. Family isn't defined by blood, it's forged in whispers, cookies, and second chances. As they danced under string lights, the triplets whispered to each other, "Our plan worked." Years later, reflecting on that fateful day, Alex often said, "Sometimes, the smallest voices carry the biggest miracles." Their story spread online, touching millions, reminding viewers that loneliness can end with a simple act of kindness. If this emotional journey moved you, showing how a lonely dad and triplet girls created a forever family, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Who knows? Your next whisper might change someone's world.